And before he had some issues against YoungSung here. They have fought before and they have lost matches, so it's had been quite back and forth in the past. So now it's going to be a show time for both of the teams, and both of the teams are definitely going to bring their best.
Yeah, you talked about how back and forth it is. Definitely, there's not a phrase I would use to categorize it other than that. Of course, there was that dominant 15-0 in the grand finals of the NA playoffs to get here. But before that, in the group stage, YoungSung had dominated Spacestation Gaming. In this current meta, which one of these two teams do you think is favored?
I would say YoungSung. Because YoungSung has larger hero pool.
Right.
Then they are just able to switch the roles.
Right, yeah.
By snapping their fingers. They're amazing players.
Yeah, something that always has stood out to me, of course, you fall into this category too, is players that can switch up their roles in an instant. You went from range to support. Ninjas and Rare Peep switch it up all the time. Ninja's capable of playing not only support, but also melee, but also range. And what that does for you as a drafter is it really just opens up your draft to be very unpredictable, and your team can never really know what you're going to do.
Exactly, and the playstyles can completely change if you go from support to range, and range goes to support. Anything can happen in this game. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have the draft prepared here. Spacestation Gaming running with a blast from the past. The Jumong Thorn Paloma, a comp that we haven't seen for quite some time, but a very strong one at that. And YoungSung on the other side, the Bako Pestilus Jumong. We've seen a lot of Jeter on Pestilus lately. How do you feel about the Pestilus pick in general?
Overall, Pestilus is a great hero. He has a lot of CC abilities and burst healing. The only thing what Pestilus lacks is the shielding. He doesn't really have a lot of iframes for teammates. So if Spacestation Gaming is able to put, let's say, Rare Peep in the wrong position where GTR is not able to heal him, they're going to win the route, most likely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the flaws of being an M1 healer, right? If you ever get caught out of position, you can't just throw an M2 to your ally across the map. You have to be very close so you can throw those M1s or a Bloodsucker as the Pestilus. Even though you have a Queen, that's like a long cooldown that you can't really just afford to spend, right?
Yeah, that is very true. And good players, they will come in front of your teammate and tank the damage. And you are not able to heal them. Yeah. Very unfortunate.
And if they're a counter character, there's even more you have to look out for, right? Because if they step in front of you, you can't just M1 them because, you know, they're threatening their counter the whole time. So it's definitely something they're going to have to look out for. Of course, there is no counter character on the side of Spacestation Gaming this time, but they still have the Thorn. We'll see how this goes. We're getting into game one right now.
Let's see how this starts.
Well, I was just going to let you go with that for as long as you wanted to. At first, he's flicking that M2 and not going to hit the bulwark, but Rare Peep goes immediately in. He doesn't bite on that panic either, and look at the damage done to Bloom, Jolts. He's already down to 173.
Yeah, this is looking very great for YoungSung. They're just pushing the Spacestation Gaming out from the middle, but look, Spacestation Gaming was still able to take the middle orb.
That Wolf?
With Wolf, it was a great play from Bloom.
Yeah, beautiful Wolf bounce going to secure that orb. Rare Peep not going to take any damage from that burrow, and he's immediately going to space in. That war shout with perfectly timed negating 40 damage, and things going so much better for YoungSung here than they should have.
That was very nice. I can see Avars just throwing out, dishing out damage there, collapsing on Rare Peep, and just forcing him to go back a bit. And it looks like he's kind of winning the trade here in Jumong 1v1 against Ninja's former teammate.
Yeah.
Pride on the line.
The Bako ultimate going to get thrown out. Not too much damage. Averse going to get healed up by the Ancestral Spirit of Paloma. Jeter going to miss that mind control, and that's going to put him in quite a precarious situation. Up top, the Dead Root's going to get not nearly as much value as I expected.
Look at the position of Ninjas. He's right to the other side of the map.
Yeah, Ninja's thrown out into no man's land. He's trying to reconnect with his team here, Jolts, but he's going to take a lot of damage for it.
That's very unfortunate. Very well played from Spacestation Game. They were just able to split up YoungSung completely to the other side of the map.
A lot of damage. If you look at Ninja's HP pool, he's working with not nearly as much as he'd want to, but at first, taking even more. Getting so low
coming out from Jettery. This is the moment where you need to back off. If you see Pestil's ultimate, do not go in. Wait for it to run out.
Jeter, he's going to nab the orb, and Averse has to back up because of the rain of arrows from Ninjas. The Ancestral Spirit is going to heal up Proster quite a bit, but still, Averse not getting any of that healing, and he desperately needed it, Jolts.
Yeah, Averse is looking a bit too not healthy here, but he's still able to do damage, which is what Jumong needs to do. Stay alive and do damage.
The orb A nice pull from Proster is going to ensure that Spacestation Gaming gets it, and this is now starting to look like it's pretty good for the red team, Jolt.
Oh yeah, it's quite 50-50 right now, and it comes down to ultimates probably. Let's see if Bloom is able to collapse right now. Maybe on Cheater who just use space, but oh, he's gonna go for the defensive ultimate. Very interesting.
Yeah, that Ancestral Spirit coming out. Ninjas, or not Ninjas, but yeah, actually Ninjas losing so much of his AP. The Mind Control is gonna send the Thorn out to the sudden death, but the Dead Roots is available, so he has that mobility spell. It's a 2 versus 2 here. Jeter is getting a lot of damage out onto Proster because of that mobility.
Yep. Wow, that was great play from RareP, pushing right into the Vortex. And ultimate coming out from Pestilence. This can be very big if he is able to at least land one. There we go. That was the
big target.
Yeah, big target.
They get the kill on Proster as a result. 26 damage from that Scarab plus the DOT. A lot of damage coming out here. The Ancestral Spirit not going to get any value in Jeter. Wow. Time and time again, we've seen these stylish mind controls knocking his enemies so far out into sudden death. Bloom can't get back from that one, and Jeter, rightfully so, pulling the MVP.
Yeah, that was a very beautiful round from YoungSung, and Spacestation Gaming played very well. It was very back and forth. They almost came back from the bad position where they were in.
Yeah, Spacestation Gaming managed to claw their way back in, but at the end of the day, YoungSung's still going to be able to pull that round. What do you think it is about the Pestilence pick that's working against the comp of Spacestation Gaming?
I would say it is the fears against Thorn. Since Thorn is quite immobile, melee tank, and the only way to dodge the Pestilence Fear is by forcing out your own space or using the Barbed Husk, and that's not what you want to do. You see here amazing fear coming out from Cheetah on Bloom, having to use space.
Yeah, Bloom not getting any value from his panics either, and that Ghost Wolf actually reflected. RarePeep is ruining Bloom up top.
He's just completely destroying the backline. Meanwhile, Alvarez is trying to hold Ninjas and Cheater back, but it's not really working out.
Yeah, RarePeep, he's going to secure those greens as well. His mobility, or his movement has been absolutely impeccable. The pull is coming out here on Ninjas from Proster, going to put Ninjas in a pretty unfavorable situation, but RarePeep making plenty of space for his range DPS.
Yeah. Right now, it looks like the middle run's gonna go Spacestation Game. That was very nice ultimate from Bloom. He was waiting for that orb to spawn and get the last hit with the ultimate.
The other side has been spent, though, to get Bloom away from the fear of Pestilence. This could be a bad situation, but down bottom, Proster, he uses that Dead Roots. Manages to get out okay.
That was very nice. I see the Cheater using a lot of mind control here.
So many.
Yeah, it is definitely a very good ability, but it has so many downsides also. If you miss it, you don't have fear anymore.
Ancestral Spirit, it was dropped, but it's not going to get any value here. Up top, RarePeep is trying to aggress onto the Jumong, but he can't find his way in. The Dead Roots from Proster is going to go out but get not nearly as much value as he hoped. The Dragon Slayer across the map. It is going to hit Ninjas. Ninjas taking 60 from that. And but he does manage to steal the orb.
Oh wow, RarePeep just slam dunking from the other side of the map. That was a very big and risky ultimate. Respect.
He does land it as well. Very reminiscent of watching your former team or your current teammate Rutha play.
Rutha never hits ultimates. I've never seen him hit an ultimate, and if he ultimates, he dies.
Called out here. First, taking a lot of damage. Bloom not doing much better. Up top.
Oh.
Proster, he's going to pop off that Dead Roots, but not get nearly as much value out of it as he hoped.
Yeah.
Ninjas, he's getting low.
This game is very close. Everyone is very low HP, and this mostly comes to one ultimate, and he gets it.
He gets it again.
This is out of the slam dunk from the other side of the map, just coming, and here comes the train.
Yeah, RarePeep, he doesn't even, it's not even like missing is an opportunity or a potential for him, as he just hits these cross-map ultimates reliably.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to finish off Proster last, and YoungSung are pulling up 2-0 already in this best of 5.
Yeah, these rounds are coming to the point where it's only about one ability. If you land one ability, one player is going to die.
Yeah.
From both teams.
Yeah.
It's very close.
Absolutely. These rounds so incredibly close. We see the ultimates from RarePeep being the deciding factor. And up top, a couple times, Bloom getting aggressed on by RarePeep only managed to live because of a clutch fear. So many small things making the difference in these rounds.
Yeah. There's I'm just looking at the Battlerite here, and it looks like Ninja's is running the double rain of arrows Battlerites, which is larger AoE and more snare. Very interesting choice, and it can definitely work out here. Forcing a lot of outs from enemy.
Other side, forced out onto Proster immediately due to the fear of Jeter, but so much damage has already been done to YoungSung. Seems like the round just started and already they're down to 70%.
Yeah, they're dealing a lot of damage, mostly because of few monks. They are able to dish out so much damage in a short time period, and just overall, like Poloma just throwing some wolves out there, the spirit linking opponents. Overall, a very good hero in this match.
Ninja's doing a great job using all his abilities appropriately, not taking any damage, but up top, not so fortunate is Bloom as the Ancestral Spirit's a little bit late. Eats the ultimate from Rare Peep as well, and now Proster gets the other side to get him out of this bad situation, but still a lot of cooldowns have been spent here for Spacestation Gaming.
Yeah, that is true, and that was the time for YoungSung to collapse on, but they were kind of like waiting and being hesitant, wanted to heal the full. And the game has kind of stabilized right now. It's a bit back to the neutral game.
Yeah. Only a 5% HP deficit in favor of Spacestation Gaming. The Dead Roots once again not getting any value. Proster's ultimates not looking so hot this game. The Ancestral Spirit gonna heal up Proster and Bloom just a little bit now. Rare Peep is going in, trying to aggress, forcing out the other side now, continuing onto the Jumong, forcing Spacestation Gaming up into this corner, and they're gonna secure the orb.
Yeah,
oh, they don't get it.
Wow. This game is, there's so much AoEs on the ground. It's the Pestil's Jumong is very annoying to play against because there's like fears going on, Rain of Arrows going on, and Buckle Jump too. Oh wow, Rain of Arrows, he missed it. But look at Bloom.
They get him. The damage on...
He's there in the corner alone. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, not an ideal situation, but they get the cross kill. Ninja's going down. The orb going to be secured by Rare Peep's ultimate. I like this a whole lot. Now Averse trying to do something, but in the end, looking like he's not going to be able to do anything against Rare Peep here. Proster buying him a little bit of room, but like you mentioned, that mind control once again, Jeter all about that EX2.
He's just waiting for the combos from his teammates. Very nice play.
And you know, that's something that I've always seen from Jeter, something that as a player I think he excels at, right?
Yeah, he does different stuff.
Yeah.
Normally, Pestil's players, they don't use mind control that much because it's very risky, as I said earlier.
Right.
You miss it, you won't have your fear.
Yeah.
And you won't have your mind control, obviously. But Jeter is hitting them. He's gonna go for the risk, and it's definitely paying off here.
Yeah, he's hitting them, he's setting up his allies, and very similar to his Croak play back in the day, he's just making it so his teammates can succeed. Jeter, as a player, is such a team-focused guy, and it's really paying off here on this Pestilus. We'll see if they can keep the ball rolling, but at this point, YoungSung are up 3-0.
Yes, this Spacestation Gaming might be sweating a bit, but they know that they can turn this around. Every round has been incredibly close. They just need to change small things and small collapses and maybe play just slightly better to be able to actually turn this around.
You know, YoungSung, they've been forced into this bottom left corner to start this round off. They're not going to get the orb either, and Spacestation Gaming having quite an ideal start in this one.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ninja's just pushing Bloom away from the middle, like, don't come here. Don't heal your teammates. I won't allow you. Wow.
Pestilus, look at that HP. The Infest was used, but the damage has been done as Jolts is down to 72. Bloom spacing in so aggressively. We'll see if he gets punished for it. He immediately other sides that trap, but blue team, they managed to get the orb.
Yeah, that was very big. They needed that orb to be able to give some health to Cheetah. And just, but overall, look at the Spacestation Gaming position is being very nice. They have Thorn in the front line and ours just dishing out damage from the back line. Look at Cheetah is going down. Rare
Peep hitting that ultimate once again. The panic from Bloom gets buys Averse some space. And on the other side, Dead Roots from Proster destroys Jeter.
Wow, that was very nice. He just went for it. And that was the damage of Jumong. The Averse is the type of a player who sees situations. All right, Cheetah was a bit standing away from his team. I will just hit Cheetah all the time. And with Pestilus, if you use Queen, there's no way to heal yourself fast.
Right, yeah. And that's one of the downfalls of Pestilus, right? The only self-sustain you really have is Queen, and it's on, I believe, a 9-second cooldown.
Oh, yeah, and with the Battlerite, it's it should be 8 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
It has the 1 second cooldown reduction on the Battlerite also for the moving Queen. It's very nice.
Yeah, so it's not something you can just spend like randomly. You need to be very safe with it. And we see when he doesn't have it there, just at risk of getting burst down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You might either want to use your Queen to block projectiles for your teammates, but most of the time you should maybe save it for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that makes it kind of hard too, right? Because if your allies get pretty low, you don't have an other side for them like a Paloma or anything. Definitely one of the downfalls of Pestilus. Got to do a really good job of getting away from him and going and playing aggressively, but also coming back to him and getting healed up.
Yes, and if you, as a Pestilus, if you don't pick the Battlerite that you don't take damage from the Bloodsucker if you hit your teammate, you're going to deal 15 damage to yourself when you heal your teammate, and that can definitely hurt you.
Do you think that Battlerite's auto-pick?
Not necessarily, but it's still very good. Rare Peep going in, spacing in, putting in that pressure.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of pressure, but he actually takes quite a lot of damage in return. And Ninjas, he didn't trade favorably either against Averse. Spacestation Gaming looking absolutely dominant in round 5. And they get the orb, everything going right for the red team, Jolts.
Yeah, Proster is very good at landing those pulls on the orb and pulling the orb back to his teammates just to secure it.
Oh God, oh God,
Jeter,
oh God.
Jeter, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Jeter?
Jeter, don't be there.
I mean, who are you to criticize Jeter?
Yeah,
you're here on the casting desk. He's playing in the semifinals.
The graveyard.
The graveyard of ex-professional players. Jeter, though, getting popped by that ancestral spirit, being brought down so quickly.
That was a beautiful collapse from Spacestation game.
Yeah.
Just completely saw that Jeter had nothing. They just go on him. And it worked out very well. Very nice collapse.
Yeah, the aggressive use of the Paloma ultimate is something we've definitely noticed over the course of this LAN event.
Yeah.
A lot of Palomas pressing that F button aggressively and getting a lot of damage, and we see Bloom having success there because of it.
Yeah, Bloom's Paloma is very, very good. It's looking very promising. And with more practice, he might be the world's best. Even if he might actually be already. Who knows?
A lot of damage coming out onto YoungSung here. A burst, or Ninja's getting incredibly low. No energy either to work with. No 3 weapon charges. Everything going wrong here for YoungSung. Spacestation Gaming, they also get the orb. They're already at a 20% lead, but Proster is going to whiff that ultimate completely. Not ideal.
Yeah, it's very nice to see how well Avars is able to hit those rain of arrows on his opponents. He's not missing them at all.
Right.
And just here, he was just dealing a lot of damage to Ninjas at the start of the match and ultimate. Wow, meanwhile, Jeter, look at this. He's going down.
Dragon Slayer there, gonna come out from Ninjas, getting a little bit of damage onto a burst, but so much more has been done to Jeter. He's gonna have to play so safe here as he only has like 41 max recoverable HP. Definitely not an ideal situation. Has to play so safe here. He's gonna try to heal up his allies and drop the Queen, but the Dead Roots is available. Luckily, the Infest is there from Jeter to get him out.
Oh,
but
wow,
the EX.
That aim. Looks like someone has been playing OSU.
Yeah. A lot of OSU games here from Averse coming into effect, helping him land that EXM2. And now look at Spacestation Gaming's position. They have complete mid control.
Yeah, they have, and meanwhile it looks like YoungSung is pushed into the corner. And I guess against Jumong being in the corner, you will just get rain of arrows. It's a very nice play for them to just kind of like push out from the corner and kind of try to stabilize the game. And they actually got the middle up there, which is very big.
Yeah.
But Rare People's low HP, he cannot initiate.
Yeah, and when your Bako can't initiate, it makes the round so hard. Bako having to play so safe, but he's got that ultimate, and we've seen Rare Peep hit quite a few of those thus far.
Yeah, whoa, wow, look at this.
Oh, he's so low. All of the shields being used here. And Incap coming out. Rare Peep running right back to his team, but still Ninja's going to fall.
Yeah, unfortunately there was not much they could do there. Very well played from SSG's pushing forward and keeping up the pressure when they notice that, all right, our opponents are low HP. Let's just go and kill them.
Right. Now,
There's no need to back off.
What's happened? The first 3 rounds were dominantly won by YoungSung, but Spacestation Gaming, these openers have just been so strong the past 3. What changed?
Well, from the start, what I see is that Avars is kind of like winning the fights against Ninjas in 1 versus 1 Jumong fight, and that can already like change the course of the battle very quickly because Jeter has to heal Ninjas, and that leaves Rare Peep to be alone. And if Bako is low HP, then they cannot initiate.
Yeah, I'm sure you're used to playing with a low HP Bako,
Oh
right?
yeah, it's very annoying.
Shoutouts to Rutha.
Rutha, don't die. But like now he's pushing forward, but meanwhile he's just taking a lot of damage.
Oh, the rain of arrows, you mentioned it. Perfect aim here from Reverse, getting a ton of value. The EXM2 gonna hurt Rare Peep quite a bit, and the orb going to Space Station Gaming, Jolts. This is looking good.
Yeah, as we can see immediately here, Space Station Gaming was able to take the middle orb. YoungSung needs to back off. They cannot stay there at the middle, and now this is very unfortunate.
Oh, Rare Peep!
Don't dodge that.
So many things about that play perplexly. Not only was Bloom not going to be hit by that second Ancestral Spirit tick, but Rare Peep put himself right into that Ancestral Spirit, ate that 30-so damage, and the round just kind of ended there.
Yeah, that was not a very smart play.
Very scarcely will you hear me criticize a player on the broadcast.
Yeah.
But man, that was very questionable.
That was very questionable, but I would blame the nerves.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing on a huge stage here, the biggest Battlerite tournament in the history of the game. A lot on the line here, and I mean, at that, it's only natural that you get a little bit nervous, right?
Yes, absolutely. I would be very nervous.
Yeah.
I would be visiting the toilet 5 times before a game.
Dude,
and delay the tournament probably.
I was nervous just to be here on the casting desk, like playing. I can't imagine what these guys are feeling.
Exactly. And here we can see the original Jumong opening, just pushing out rain of arrows on top of each other and see how one player reacts. They're kind of like playing mirrored all the time. Same decisions all the time. It's very nice to see.
Jumong, he has that Phantasm on him, so he's taking mitigated damage from Rare Peep. And YoungSung, for a change of pace, managed to secure the first orb jolts. This is a much better start.
Yeah, very nice. Look at that fear coming out, very big from Cheetah. And right now it looks like Proster really has nothing except the Paloma ultimate there, but he dodged the heal. But meanwhile, Rare Peep is being so low health.
Yeah,
he has ultimate. He can take the middle orb, and that's what he does.
Yeah,
that's the smart choice.
You like that play?
Yeah, it's okay. Like you help your team a lot. And look at this, Cheater just able to get his Scarabs going on, and Ninja's meanwhile pushing forward while helping Cheater. It's a very nice play from YoungSung, even though they're kind of like losing, but they're still playing very well.
Proster going back towards mid to secure the orb. The Ancestral Spirit even being dropped, but blue team get it. YoungSung steal that orb out of under the nose of Spacestation Gaming.
That was a very nice deal. You don't see that very often, that you steal the orb against Paloma ultimate.
Yeah.
The mathematic lessons have been definitely working good for them.
A nice fear onto a verse up top from Jeter. Is going to slow the roll. The Baco ultimate going to secure the orb once again. Yeah, the Pestilence, it's on the Paloma too. So much damage, and she doesn't have space available. Has to be very careful about her other side use here. Proster, he's going in and trying to buy some space. It looks like he'll be successful. He'll even get a little bit of damage with the Dead Roots and section off the Jumong. But Ninjas, he's been able to reconnect with his team. Spacestation Gaming, they want this orb and they will get it.
It's very great to see how well Spacestation Gaming is just putting up the pressure and pushing them into the corner and forcing YoungSung to go back and not let them play the game what they want to play. With all the zoning from up hers, he's doing such a good job.
He is, but you know, Proster, it's looking like his HP is slowly getting whittled down, Jolts. He's down now to only about 90 HP, but they get the orb to help out Proster quite a bit. Full bar of energy on Proster. The Dead Roots, however, once again going to be ineffectual, not getting any value. The Ancestral Spirit for Bloom is available. He might have to use it here defensively as Ninjas is just raining down havoc on him. The in-cap, this is kind of a scary situation. A beautiful panic from Jeter. Bloom has to use his space to get back into the center, and this is looking so good for YoungSung as Proster gets destroyed.
That was very nice play. Ninjas staying alive by Jeter just throwing Bloodsuckers and amazing fear. Pestilus in Death Vortex is very scary.
Yes.
It's one of the best supports in Death Vortex.
Yeah.
So if you're just able to struggle there, you'll most likely win the round with all the fears you have and burst healing.
Not only is Pestilus very scary in Death Vortex, but Jeter is even scarier.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I do not want to be playing against that boy in the Death Vortex. The things he's done today and yesterday have been absolutely insane in that Death Vortex, of course. His Queen movement, his mind controls, doing so much right as Jeter in the clutch. And I think if there's one word I could use to describe this guy, it is clutch.
It is clutch, yeah. It is a clutch. Subaru clutch.
Subaru clutch.
Subaru clutch. Very nice.
4-4 is the round score, Jolts. Game one has gone all the way. We'll see which of these teams can end up taking it. YoungSung positioning very cautiously here, not approaching mid, but rather staying at the choke. And Proster, he's getting quite punished.
He is definitely getting punished here. Cheater's just throwing fears and Ninja's ready to trap Proster and keeping him still. And maybe that's the play. Keep Thorn in check and you actually have more room to do stuff what you want. Look at Proster, he's very aggressive.
Paloma already being able to drop that Ancestral Spirit. If you look at Rare Peep's HP pool, you might be a little bit concerned here for YoungSung as they're getting pretty low here, and Ninjas is doing not much better, Jolts. However, they've made it back towards mid, and Entangling Root slows down Ninjas even more, though, and the Rain of Arrows from Averse is perfect.
Oh yeah, and here we have Rare Peep ultimate and Cheater ultimate coming out. Maybe they're able to turn this around with this.
Yep, the Barbed Husk going to negate that panic completely. The Scarab getting a little bit more damage. The Ancestral Spirit is dropped, though.
Wow,
and this is looking so bad, Jolts. YoungSung, I don't know how they're going to be able to come back from this as Ninja gets pulled in. He has such little HP.
Look at Cheater, he's trapped into the Dead Roots. No, get out. Oh wow, look at that fear. Here comes the ultimate, and Albert dodged it.
Yeah, this is suddenly looking so impossible for YoungSung to win. You know, I said Jeter was clutch, but there are some things you simply can't come back from. We'll see if this is one of those things. Maybe they can find the kill here onto it. Proster, they're actually getting a lot of damage out on Proster.
Oh, Ninja's gonna go down. Look at the Proster ultimate, so much value there.
Yeah, huge Dead Roots there. We've seen so many of his Dead Roots this game have no effect, but that one gonna win the round for the boys in red. Spacestation Gaming, after losing the first 3 rounds in a row, win 5 of the next 7.
Oh yeah, that was just the first game.
Yeah.
Can you believe the next games, what they're gonna be at?
Now, this is very interesting. So, YoungSung, a team that we know can change up their comps on the drop of a dime, what do you think they might switch to against a versus Jumong? Because it seems like a versus Jumong is what dominated this game.
Well, they can pretty much pick everything, but they might be thinking about Destiny pick right now.
Okay.
Destiny is decently good against Thorn, for example, but unfortunately Jumong completely counters Destiny.
Right, yeah. The rain of arrows, the traps, makes it so hard for her to move around, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would maybe guess that they would keep the Jumong and Pestilus and change the melee. Maybe that's the case.
What do you think they switched to? The Bako, of course, didn't have quite as much of an impact as they had hoped. What would be better?
I don't know. Croak? Jamila?
Interesting.
Jamila, maybe something what can just create the space, since now it just looks like they're being pushed around, like punching back all the time.
Right.
Spacestation Gaming was able to figure out what they need to do, just constantly pressure and pressure behind Procer and just keep him alive, and that was perfect.
Yeah, so something I noticed about the Jamila is that we seem to never see it picked unless we're on like an Ormond Temple night map. How big of a deal do you think the map is for Jamila in picking her?
I would say that it's very important to map to have walls close, right? Since Jamila has a lot of wall mechanics. So Ormond Temple is a good map for Jamila, a lot of incaps coming out and stuff like that. Blackstone Day, not that great.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So tight, I mean, very large.
We're going to be on Mount Araz Night for map 2. How do you feel like Jamila functions on this map?
Oh, it's definitely fine. Like, there's walls in the middle of the map, and Jamila's able to use them to her own favor, and the green orbs also. Jamila's able to space the green orbs and get healing from that way.
Yeah, absolutely. A very good point you brought up, that Jamila can use that space ability and pick up the green shards while she's in that space ability. Now, Jamila, a character that obviously has a lot of end caps and a lot of pressure, what do you think is the best range DPS to pair with that? Do you think the Jumong can function okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. Jumong is good, but as long as Jumong doesn't destroy the in-cap with Rain of Arrows, that's like 6 damage into the combo. It's very great.
No one wants that.
So, like, obviously, heavy hitting most 2 heroes, Jade, Destiny, they're gonna do great with Jamila.
Yeah, this is where the draft gets kind of dicey though, right? Because there's no, the Jade, not quite something you can pick. The Destiny, not something you can pick because of Versus running Jumong. It seems like they're kind of backed into a corner if they play that Jamila, and they kind of have to play Jumong.
Yeah, they have to play Jumong. There's no other option really what they can pick here. I think Esmo is decently good against Jumong. But if Jumong is able to trap Esmo after spaces and Rain of Arrows, there's not much Esmo can do with the small shield he has.
Yeah, Esmo, a character that you're known for playing back in the day, and not one that we haven't seen for quite a long time. What was changed about Esmo to pull him out of the meta?
I would say that the reload speed he has in his most one every time he recharges, charges back to his most one, and the cast time on E turned from 0.9 seconds to 1 second. It definitely like broke the flow of the character. Esmo still deals a lot of damage, but not as much as before. So Esmo is still definitely a good pick, but highly situational, I would say.
Well, we have the draft underway. We actually have an Ashka for a YoungSung. Interesting pick. The Ashka going to be brought to the table with the Bako Pestilus. Very combo-oriented comp here, Jolts. Of course, Bako, a character that can readily supply end caps with his EX space if he has that 25 energy. A lot of ways to capitalize off that here with the Pestilus, his Fear, and also the Ashka, his Volcano and Infernal Scorch. This could be a very devastating comp.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Ashka will work well.
Yeah.
I think Ashka will work well. And another hero would work well would be Alucia in this match. Alucia Pestilus is a very good team composition, and it works very well against Thorn. And it looks like the Thorn was a bit of an issue there, just pushing forward, so maybe handling with that somehow. But Ashka is also very good against Thorn.
Absolutely. The draft from Spacestation Gaming is also complete. They're going to be running the same thing back. Now, Joel, something I'm a little bit concerned about here for YoungSung is that the Ashka into Jumong matchup, known as a very unfavorable one for the Ashka.
Yeah, the Rain of Arrow is going to do so much. Yeah, and usually we often see that one Rain of Arrow is enough to force an escape for Ashka. And if Ashka uses an escape, he only has one left.
Yeah.
Right? And after that one left, he has nothing. He's just going to get collapsed on a focus stone. So right now, going to be very patient with Ashka.
Yeah, the Ashka are going to have to be able to play so safe here. I'm a little bit concerned for him, like I said. And just in general, this comp that YoungSung is running has a similar play style that the last one did. And it seemed like Spacestation Gaming had it figured out. Do you think this Ashka change is enough to like bring it back?
Definitely, like YoungSung is the caliber of a team that even one hero pick is enough to change the whole game for them. Their whole playstyle is going to change. I would guess that they will try to play calmly at the start. Ashka is not a very aggressive hero,
right?
So they kind of need to play around Ashka, I would say.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Ashka, of course, a character that wants to capitalize off big combos and gaining that energy for the Infernal Scorch. Yeah. He plays very patiently at first, which is why we see Hot Biscuit as a player that is defensive in nature. Yeah. Because that's really the way the character shines and flourishes.
He's the player who spaces back instead of in.
Yeah, a player of my own heart. The same kind of way. I'm like, there's a fight, get me out of there.
Yeah, he's just let them take the middle lobe. Let's not die.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for you guys. You guys made it pretty far in Europe. You did a pretty good job.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's gonna be so much fun to play again.
Yeah, you're playing with the same team, right?
Yeah, we're gonna play again.
Yeah, of course. Jolt's with the Gatekeepers, playing with Rutha and Hot Biscuit. A very scary team. I heard some rumbles that you might be switching to a DPS, or are you gonna stick on support?
Well, Hot Biscuit said that he's gonna leave the team if I play DPS.
Makes sense. So we'll see support from you. Game 2 coming up right now. Mount Erasnite is our map here, Jolty.
Yeah, the map is gonna be very good. The map is very enjoyable to play. I think the players enjoy the map too, and they feel very comfortable in it. They played in this map for a long time. They know what to do, push enemy in the corner.
Yeah, speaking of being pushed into the corner, YoungSung being the recipient of that as the double rain of arrows is dropped. They're trying to aggress onto mid to get the orb, but the Ancestral Spirit is going to secure it for Spacestation Gaming. And once again, that rain of arrows, wow, so high impact.
That's the thing with Jumong. If you have no Jumong in your own team, you will definitely be pushed out by the rain of arrows. And then look at this, he's loading it, wow. Oh wow, that's a very interesting choice from Ninjas to try to ultimate the upburst there while Procer was standing alone in the open with no cooldown.
Yeah, the weirdest thing about that was that he even, Ninjas threw the volcano under Procer, so he understood that he was CC'd, but still the Infernal Scorch going for the other target. Maybe he expected the other side, but not going to work out in that situation. Yeah. Down bottom, the Procer taking quite a bit of damage, but he receives that other side we were talking about, getting him out of that precarious situation.
Oh, that firewall was very big. It blocked the Thorn E there. And meanwhile, Rook Rare Peep wants to get the middle line, but he was able to get it. And it might look a bit bad for right now for YoungSung having a little bit health, but they can definitely turn this around if they can get the middle orbs and maybe punish Proster. Oh. Yeah, look at this.
The Barbed Husk was late, and he ate all that damage. The Infernal Scorch is going to dish out quite a ton of damage to Bloom as well. But look how much damage Ninjas has taken. Now YoungSung, they're so split, Jolts. They need to get this middle orb, but they're not going to, and they're all getting so low.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised Ninjas didn't go there for the Proster ultimate, and then maybe he was expecting the other side again. Two strange ultimates happened in a short time. I would just expect that it's because of the other side pressure.
Oh, a little bit of a miscommunication there as the pull from Thorn pulls two enemies out of the Ancestral Spirit, but the Ashka at the end of the day is still going to go down. The Pestilence Spear, they get the kill on Paloma out of nowhere. That double ulti kills Bloom.
That was RKO out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. That was the meat grinder of Pestilence and Baka combo right there.
The ulti meat grinder there.
Meat grinder.
Yeah, Thorn gonna be the next to be ground. And now Averse, we've seen him pull off 1v2s before. This is definitely within the realm of possibility, but Jeter has that Queen available to buy him some space. The Black Arrow being expended and the energy being picked up by Averse, but still, this is a very tall order.
If I was able to get this middle up at the light round, all right. He was a bit afraid he would hit himself. I don't think Avars is going to do it. I mean, it looked pretty good if he was able to get the middle orb, but nah.
No luck here.
Nice try, Avars.
He did his best. And YoungSung, they're going to take the first round, but you know, I've read this story before. YoungSung, they took the first 3 rounds of the last map, but ended up losing 5 of the next 6. This is definitely still a long way to go for YoungSung.
Round 2, we will see how this works for our boys.
Yeah, it's interesting to see YoungSung manage to take that round off the back of a beautiful ulti combo onto Bloom, because there were a lot of questionable plays there. You know, Ninjas wasn't able to secure those ultimate landings like he wanted to, but they still managed to do it.
The rounds were extremely close, and I think it comes up to Ninjas choosing the right target to ultimate. Right now we saw a couple of ultimates, bad ultimates, and they didn't work out, so he just needs to choose better.
Yeah. See how this goes. Ninja's taking quite a lot of harass from Proster.
Wow, that was pretty ballsy, I would say. Just jumping alone into the middle and getting the middle off. Very well played by Rare Peep.
Yeah, he manages to make it back to the HP pool dead even at 83. The Verse taking that axe and the snare along with it. Rare Peep playing very passively with that space back, not wanting to take any damage, but now he doesn't have the space. Now he won't get the orb either. Spacestation Gaming get that one.
Oh yeah, right now just Proster wants to kill Jeter. Jeter use space, but look, Jeter's position and movement is being very top notch right now. Again with the mind control. Just, oh wow.
He's all about that EX2, but now he's caught in the rain of arrows and he's gonna get...
Ninja's ultimate, actually beautiful EX space coming out from Proster. But they can still turn it around if they're able to kill Bloom, and Bloom goes down, but meanwhile...
Oh, the Molten Fist. Oh, both of these characters are so low jolts. This is all but impossible. Bako has no way to get out of there, and he will fall. Ninja's on the outskirts, soon to follow, and Spacestation Gaming take round 2.
Yeah, that was very well played.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised how many spaces Jeter missed, but that's the state of Pestilus. You miss your space and you die.
Yeah, that's like the classic story, right? You miss your infest, and then everybody on the enemy team is like, kill the pest, kill the pest.
Kill the pest. He has nothing left. It's unfortunate, and it happens to the best of us every time.
It happens to the best of us?
Pest.
3.
You know what my team used to say when Pestilus would have no infest?
What did you say?
Pesty, no infesty.
Let's go back to the game.
You don't like that? Come on.
I don't like that. If you said that in my comms, I would leave.
Blue team getting caught in this choke. YoungSung, they've been unable to make it in. The Bulwark is expended in attempt for Rare Peep to get in there. But still, they just seem to have found their way into the other choke. The Panic gonna land, but the other side is available. Bloom doing a great job saving Proster here.
The damage from our verse, he's on top. He's on point with his aim today. And just pressuring alone, he's looking very good for Spacestation Gaming right now with Rain of Arrows. Look how much he's getting done with those.
Yeah, look at the energy bar too here for the Spacestation Gaming side. Bloom gonna drop his own, beautiful job by Rare Peep to get that orb out of the Ancestral Spirit and secure for his team. Proster, he's going in and gonna pop off that Dead Roots, and Rare Peep's gonna get no value out of his own ultimate. A lot of energy being spent here across the board for no value. Ninjas, I'm looking at his bar of energy right now. He's gonna use that Searing Flight to get out, and if he can find a huge ultimate combo here with his Volcano, it might just blow the game open. A beautiful Volcano placement, recognizing the pull from Proster was coming.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but it was very nice playing.
It was still cool.
I'm waiting for him to just ultimate and get a lot of value out of it, but it's going to be very hard considering how many iframes Spacestation Gaming has.
Yeah, this is a really hard comp for the Infernal Scorch to get a lot of value in. Of course, there's the swap from Bloom, there's the other side, or going to be secured by Spacestation Gaming. Pretty dominant performance here. 40% HP is the lead. The Dead Roots is going to get no value. Down bottom, Rare Peep uses the shield to reflect the Tangling Roots.
Yeah, this is looking very good for Spacestation Gaming. YoungSung needs to find out a way how to deal with Jumong. Because right now, Jumong is just able to do a lot of stuff. Good thing they were able to get the middle up, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, you notice how long it took for Ninjas to use that ultimate. Taking so long to get use the ultimate, getting so little value out of it. Only the middle orb.
Meanwhile, Rare Peep going down to Averse.
Yeah.
Hitting the traps in the Rain of Arrows. You're most likely dead with no escapes. But I didn't like seeing Ninjas holding his ultimate that long.
Right, yeah.
Just throw it out there, force stuff out, just try to be aggressive. Even if you miss it, you still might get something out of it.
Yeah, it seems like maybe he's playing with it in his head that this is his Spacestation Gaming, and he seems a little scared to like use the ultimate, trying to ensure getting value out of it. But at that point, he's just not doing anything. We saw him constantly stepping back, Ninjas ceding ground to Spacestation Gaming, and eventually you're just gonna lose if you let the enemies aggress and take the middle orb.
He's giving them too much respect.
Absolutely, yeah. Gotta disrespect your enemies sometimes and just go in.
There you go. That's the first step. Round 4. Here we go. Rare Peep just being aggressive at the start, which is what I like to see. But look, the Jumong zoning on Ninjas is... Ninjas, there's not much you can do right now. You need your ultimate and just throw it. But look,
I like
they
this
have
a lot.
Bloom now.
Like this a lot. This is similar
to...
He just got absolutely ruined.
Wowie, wow. What happened there?
Wowie, wow. Bloom just getting absolutely destroyed. And that's what it looked like in the early rounds of last game. This round all but over as Rare Peep gets the ultimate. The Infernal Scorch landing on a verse 2. Things looking so good for YoungSung in round 4.
these guys just wanted to try something new and it worked out.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, this is exactly what they did in the first 3 rounds on Skyring Knight. They aggressed onto Bloom, they gave Bloom no space. Rare Peep traded very favorably with the Paloma every round, and it kind of went in their favor. I feel like if they don't pressure Bloom, this is just going to go really badly for YoungSung.
That's the round where they gave no respect to their opponents. They just did it what they wanted to do.
Yeah, they're just like, forget this, I'm going in. I'm going to get Bloom.
Yeah, exactly, and it worked perfectly. I wonder if they're going to be able to do it again. Usually at this point, the players who just lost to that, they will play completely differently and not let that happen again.
Yeah, they're playing very defensively here. Averse and Bloom sitting close together. The Searing Flight from Ninja's already being spent to play defensively, so they can't hard commit on Bloom anymore at this point. And this is looking like those rounds prior where it was just going really unfavorably for YoungSung. The Firewall is going to try to help him out a little bit, but look at the Rain of Arrows, Jolts.
Yeah, the Rain of Arrows doing a lot of work here, and I can see others canceling a lot of most twos to bait out Bulwark from Paco. And that forces Paco to go back if Paco has no Bulwark, because it's one of his core. Oh, that would have been so nice.
It did end up hitting Bloom, but still not quite as much value as he could have gone from it. Bloom taking a lot of damage now from the Paco, even the other side being forced out onto him. This is an opening for YoungSung.
And Rare Peep has ultimate. He's just gonna throw it out there, and he's and forcing Bloom's ultimate out. Yeah,
he actually gets that second hit on Bloom as well with the AoE, so a much better ultimate than it could have been. The mind control into Volcano combo is there, but look at the energy from YoungSung. The Dead Roots is available. Averse has that energy for the Dragon Slayer. The Dead Roots comes out, doesn't get too much though.
Yeah. The Bululus coming out from Cheater is amazing.
Yes.
Constantly just mind controlling and forcing the opponents to stay still and take a lot of damage. Well, he has ultimate ready. I think he might be able to get something big done with his Scarabs over here.
We'll see if you're right. He pops it off. The Barbed Husk is going to be there. So much damage coming out onto Rare Peep. Proster.
Oh, first hit.
Yeah, that other side helping out Proster quite a bit. But the orb is stolen by a beautiful Volcano.
Yeah, that was very, very well placed. Tornado from Ninjas. And the middle orb plays such a huge part in games like these. And you need every single energy and health what you can get.
Rare Peep has that Seeker's Mark on him, has to play a little bit safe here. The Infernal Scorch is going to come out. It's going to land on Bloom. The other side is used. He manages to get back to his allies. Averse blocking, body blocking for Bloom, letting Bloom get back there and get some greens. That Ancestral Spirit, it's locked and loaded, Jolts.
Yeah, he's waiting for it, and I think after Poloma's ultimate, they might be able to do something, but meanwhile, Proster's just going in with his ultimate and forcing YoungSung to go back, and Spacestation Gaming just getting the middle orb, gaining the advantage.
Yeah, this is still a very even round in terms of HP, though. Unfortunately for YoungSung, most of their HP is missing on Rare Peep, their melee initiator. He's getting so low now, using the War Shout. Averse gets thrown out into sudden death. This is a scary situation in the EXP, but the swap! Bloom putting Rare Peep out into sudden death and popping him. Bloom, what's up, dude?
He didn't want to be there.
Oh, but Bloom, he's been knocked out. He gets the Barbed Husk, he uses that in EX space, getting so low is everybody.
What is going on at the Petrify from Ninjas?
So low. They finally...
Can Cheater do it? The fear?
Oh, wow! Oh, he has the full bar of energy. He pops it up. He has the Scarabs. The triple stack of M2 or of space is used. A beautiful panic to negate that Dragon Slayer. This is still looking so good here, though, for Verse. Ninja, or not Ninjas, but rather Jeter getting incredibly low here. He uses that Queen. Jolts, this is pretty scary. We'll see if he can get a panic here. Maybe a mind control, the full bar of energy. He's instead going for the damage. Jeter wants in, but this is looking like his death. He has the Queen. Oh my God! Jeter!
Jeter, your back is so huge.
God!
Your teammates like no problem.
Dude, his parents in that crowd better be happy.
Oh yeah.
That was incredible.
Team Jeter go.
Team Jeter, the 1v2 from the boy.
Yeah.
The Pestilence legend.
That was very amazing to see. You don't see that every day with Pestilus. Pestilus is not the greatest 1v1 hero in the game, and definitely against us versus Jumong,
yeah,
that was very amazing.
He's not a great 1v1 character. Is he a good 1v2 character?
No. Even worse.
Jeter playing incredibly well there.
That was amazing. We see here against the Spacestation Gaming just pushing YoungSung in outside of this middle again. And we see this happen every round, but still somehow YoungSung is able to get round.
Firewall, it's being dropped. Ninjas is going to aggress as a result, but Spacestation Gaming still get the orb. The HP pool is actually even, and Bloom taking a lot of damage.
And no other side.
Yeah, forced to use the other side on himself, but he has that Ancestral Spirit. The additional iframe is available.
Now they should just push in and go in very hard. It looks like Spacestation Gaming, they don't have iframes left right now. All right, right now, most of the iframes have come back. Let's see which team is going to get the middle of YoungSung.
Yep, YoungSung managed to steal it, but they're still at a 20% HP deficit, Jolts. The Infernal Scorch is on board. We'll see if Ninjas can find any value from it.
Yeah, we've seen the YoungSung come back from a situation like this, but we should not definitely say that Spacestation Gaming is gonna let that happen. They are gonna play their best and just simply push them out again from the middle. Get out of here.
Yeah, look who got the orb though, Jolts. The blue team actually managed to steal that one off the back of Rarepeep's great movement. He has that ultimate too. A lot of energy on board for both Rarepeep and Ninjas. They definitely need to find value out of them too. The end cap gonna come out but get no value, and suddenly Rarepeep, he no longer has that ultimate, no longer has that playmaking capability. The Infernal Scorch coming out on the Proster deals quite a bit of damage, and YoungSung get another orb. Ninjas dropping that firewall, keeping the aggression up, but Rarepeep in such a scary situation. He's got no space. He's got no space.
He's gone. That was amazing play. Wrapped into roots. You just stand there, you can't dodge anything. And they were so aware of Rarepeep's cooldowns right there. Beautiful collapse from Spacestation Gaming. Just tracking cooldowns and doing a very textbook thing. Ashka goes down. He cheated, I believe.
You believed in the one.
He showed us that he can do it.
Yeah. Not that time though.
Yeah, not this time.
Dude, once is enough.
Yeah, once is enough. Absolutely. Like, if now it's fine if you lose the whole tournament. You can remember that moment forever.
You still got that clip on the main stage.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's definitely one. That's a clip. Clip you save.
Ah, yeah, definitely.
3v3 is the round score in game 2. Spacestation Gaming up 1-0 in this best of 5. Very back and forth match here, Jolts.
This is like the first game, going back and forth all the time. The teams are struggling to find a fine strategy what is 100% working, but just keep mixing it up. And I would expect, YoungSung to actually try to push him on Bloom once again, like in that one round.
Ninjas, the firewall getting a lot of damage out. Versus HP already down to half, but down bottom, Proster doesn't take too much in return from Jeter. The Seeker's Mark being applied on all 3 of YoungSung from that EXM1 from a verse. The end cap, it's here on the Paloma into the volcano, a nice amount of damage. The fear though, it's dodged by the Ancestral Spirit. Really nice play from Bloom.
Yeah, that was very nice. And also YoungSung was able to just force out Poloma's ultimate there. And right now, Poloma has no ultimate for a while. And look at that deflect, amazing. Now actually Bloom and Averse are linked together and they're sharing the damage.
The Baco ultimate is going to land. The second hit landing on the Paloma. She has no abilities anymore. The Infernal Scorch is going to capitalize on that. Bloom getting so incredibly low. He's got no energy, Jolts, and no abilities left.
What is Ninja doing? He's alone in the corner, top left corner.
He got entangling roots. Other side, it's used, and everybody on Spacestation Gaming is reconnected, but that means they had to seed mid. Mid control goes to YoungSung, and with it an orb. Barbed Tusk going to be used from Proster, making it so he doesn't have that ultimate, but a huge volcano dealing so much damage. Ninja's playing incredibly this round.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Ninjas was alone in the corner, he didn't die. He was thinking about these volcanoes are on point.
Yeah.
He's comboing them constantly. This is wombo combo, so back and forth.
Dead Roots, complete waste from Proster there. The orb was taken by Rarepeep, and it hits nobody. The other side being forced out of because of an end cap of Rarepeep. Double Rain of Arrows dealing so much damage to the Ashka, but luckily the Pestilence, his ally, right next to him. The Infernal Scorch being charged up but cancelled. Bloom, he's used that space. The other side, do they know he has Ancestral Spirit? They do, but they don't. He's healed up by his Ancestral Spirit.
But he's still taking a lot of damage while standing in the fire.
Yeah.
It deals a lot of damage.
He does get burst down pretty hard there. He does manage to make it out alive thanks to that ultimate, though.
I'm actually... Wow, here we go, in-cap into death.
Beautiful.
That was very textbook, and it's a very good combo by Baco, Ashka, and it deals so much damage. If you have no iframe or shield from your teammate, you're most likely going to die. Almost 50% of your health. Yeah,
lose quite a lot. Now, 4-3 is the round score. YoungSung on the verge of equalizing this game score. 1-0 in favor of Spacestation Gaming, but YoungSung looking to put themselves on the board. Wow, Jeter's score.
Yeah, going over 2,000 here. That's very impressive. He's doing so much work and dealing a lot of damage, and just overall, he's on point with the fears and mind controls. Very nice play from YoungSung.
We'll see if they can keep it up. They've been playing absolutely incredibly. Rarepeep going far in, reflecting that entangling roots. Really nicely done, but he's burned his space and got no value. He has to use the yard to disengage now.
Yeah, this again looking like Spacestation Gaming has the middle, but somehow YoungSung is able to get the middle of every single time. Not this time though. Every time I say something, the opposite happens.
You're bad luck, dude.
I am. I should just say that nothing. Nada.
Red team, they have mid control, Spacestation Gaming, and a beautiful barbed husk spreading so many thorns around the whole of YoungSung. Now YoungSung, they've been caught in this joke for what seems like forever. They don't get this second orb. 20% is the HP lead for Spacestation Gaming. Definitely not something that YoungSung can't come back from, but this Ancestral Spirit is huge. The panic! Jeter eats it.
He took a lot of damage then. That's look at meanwhile, Ninja's taking a lot of damage. That was very nice play from Spacestation Gaming. Just forcing Jeter to go out of position and just focus Ninjas down. But look at these Ninjas getting the middle up and ultimate protecting on Bloom. And meanwhile,
a burst.
Rare Peep, excuse me. And it's an amazing play.
Yeah, great play from Rare Peep.
They're gonna take the round most likely unless Spacestation Gaming can turn this around, and I think that's heavily possible. It's very possible if Bloom is able to connect all those walls. And maybe Proster getting good ultimate off.
Oh, the Dead Roots, it does get some damage onto Rare Peep, but that Queen is available. The cooldown hasn't been spent. The Infernal Scorch going to get no value. And the other side being forced out. This is suddenly looking very scary as the Barbed Husk was the last line of defense for Proster, and he's going to go down.
That was a great round, great game. This is so back and forth, very close.
Yeah, Bloom, he wants to have his flashy moment in the sun, as Jeter did, but he's not going to. And YoungSung, they take game 2, 5-3.
This is completely different from the first game. The YoungSung just let them have the middle, but at the right times they were still able to push in and get the middle orbs.
It's so interesting to me because I thought for sure with that comp, I thought that Ninjas would have a lot of problems.
Yeah, me too. And we saw in the first 3 rounds that he was just completely getting zoned out by versus Jumong. But still, those ultimates and Ninjas played extremely well, dealt a lot of damage, and the Bucko in-caps, Rare Peep, always on point, in-capping, CCing, and Jeter healing, mind control here. Very well played.
You talk about how on point the in-caps were. That was not an easy game for Bako to find setups. And when you think about the amount of abilities the Spacestation Gaming had that counter the Bako in-cap, they had Swap from Paloma, they had Other Side from Paloma, they had Ancestral Spirit, they had Barbed Husk on Thorn, they had Burrow, they had Black Arrow on Jumong, they had Prowl. 7 different ways to get away from the in-cap, and Rare Peep still managed to find his way in and have an impact. That is the sign of an incredible Bako.
Oh yes, absolutely. And maybe it could have been also that they were just able to react to it. They had so much going on in their head that then they just saw the Bako landing onto them. They were like, God damn it, we got in-capped. Nothing we could do, even though we had an iframe.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess I'm in-capped. Even though I shouldn't be, I am. But yeah, we have a replay coming up from that last game. But wow, what an incredible series this has been so far. Yeah, 1-1 is the score. Both of these games going the distance. We've gone, I believe, let's do some quick math right here. 17 rounds in 2 games, which is almost the full length.
Yeah, that is very true. This has been a very close game, and this is the games what we can expect from the whole series.
Yeah. Now, what do you think is the change from Spacestation Gaming? Do you think they feel confident in the comp they ran, or do you think they'll change something up?
They might change something up. I would expect Bloom to probably take a different support. I'm kind of maybe expecting Older could work, Lucy could work. I think they're gonna stick with Jumong though. Jumong has been working very well for them, and Proster Thorn is on point also. So they might not feel comfortable with their support picks right here.
Yeah,
my guess.
I could definitely see the Older as well. Older, very high value against the Ashka simply because of that Chrono Flux. Very high impact ability, reflecting all of the M2s from Ashka and stuff like that. In general, just his ultimate and his energy gain, very quickly he can get to that ulti, which is a very, very strong save.
Yeah, and also Jumong is able to farm a lot of energy from Pestilus, Queen, and Pestilus himself. And this means that Jumong has ultimate before the first orb even spawns. And if Jumong has ultimate, you can even take the middle orb with it. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, we got a replay here from the last game. We'll see how this went. Of course, 1-1 is the score. YoungSung, though, they managed to take that last game. Bako gonna fall when the sudden death creeps in. I believe this is where we have Jeter, the legend, pop off. The Infernal Scorch throws Ninjas out into sudden death, and this is where it happens. This is where nothing can describe this except for Jeter being a god. Ninja is going to fall here shortly, but not before the Paloma does.
I'm actually so proud that it was me who ate breakfast with Jeter today.
Dude, yeah, I sat across from that
table.
Dude. Yeah,
With this man. I should have asked a signature.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
If
first
only
thing I'm
we
going to do. Yeah.
Thank you, cheater. That was beautiful play. And look at that fear.
That was so smart.
Yeah. Instantly just fearing. He saw that ours had ultimate, and if ours would have connected that ultimate, ours would have won.
But yeah, that's a
That
game
was fun.
or round loss for Jeter if that ultimate connects. But the Queen dropping that panic just so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Jeter taking that one in that sick 1v2. That's one that I'm going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, that was nice.
We have the next map. It is available. We're going to be on Dragon Garden Day, so a much more open map. How do you feel about Jumong on this map? Of course, Averse, he's been sticking to Jumong. I expect that to be the same for this next game.
If ours sticks on Jumong, it will be very good for Jumong map, since this game, this map has a lot of choke points, right? So if Jumong is able to push the enemy away from the middle, that's very hard for YoungSung to actually come inside to the middle because of the choke points of Dragon Day.
Right.
And also that means that Spacestation Gaming is able to get every single orb from the middle area.
Interesting. So YoungSung, they've actually switched to the Paloma. They're not going to be playing the Pestilus. They're instead going to be playing Bako, Ashka, Paloma. Now, the Pestilus having a very high impact last game. What do you think has inspired this shift?
Well, I don't know. Why would you pick away Pestilus? Maybe there was something going on. Maybe ours is going to pick Taya. Maybe they thought about that.
And Averse did pick Taya.
Yeah.
So whenever we talk to Godolph, he's always like, Jeter's terrifying. I don't want to draft against Jeter. Maybe this is what he's talking about. The read on that Taya pick. The Paloma, of course, so valuable against Taya because the other side's so good against that X strike. The Panic so good against Taya if she ever gets up on you. It's a very strong pick.
Yeah, definitely. And Taya is overall very good against Pestilus because the boomerangs go through the Queen and gives a lot of energy to Taya. So Paloma pick, very good choice, very good choice.
So I'm running through in my head what could have inspired the shift, how Jeter knew that the Taya was going to come out. Maybe it was this larger map. He knew that Taya likes to play on the big maps, and he just made that read on Averse. Man, that's Jeter's melee pass right there coming into effect. He's got the read on his enemy.
Yeah, he's a very smart player. He's able to predict these kind of changes coming up. He has played tournaments for a very long time, and it just shows how good Jeter is and how smart he is. He knows that Taya is gonna come.
Yeah. He expected the Taya, and even though the other two picks from Space Station Gaming were the same, he still knew that Taya was going to be the surprise last pick. Of course, the other two characters on the side of YoungSung are the same. We got that Bako and we got that Ashka. How do you feel like the Paloma pairs up with Bako Ashka? Because when I think about Bako Ashka, it seems like a comp that likes to split a whole lot more than the Pestilus did.
Yeah, that's very true. With Paloma, it's very bad if your team splits up. You want your teammates to be close to you and help you. Because if you're alone with Paloma, there's no way you can heal yourself other than using other side or swap. You have your EX fear, but if your opponent doesn't get feared, what you gonna do?
Yep, we'll see how it goes for Jeter. Game 3, Dragon Garden Day. Let's go. Round 1.
Do.
We got the Jaws theme going on.
Yeah, again.
Thanks, Jolts.
No problem, I can be your music man. All right, it looks Taya ours has to go back immediately. He's getting a bit punished there, poking his nose a bit too far here.
Barbed Husk was actually stacked with the M2 from Bloom. Very unfortunate as that other side so important. And blue team gets the orb. Averse misses that with the X-Strike due to Bloom spacing the orb.
Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah, very unfortunate situation there.
But as we can see, like here, Taya is just able to push enemy out from the middle. Oh. Wow, big ultimate.
The other side went on the wrong character as well. Beautiful flick from Rare Peep, ensuring that he lands that ulti damage. And now suddenly YoungSung are looking so strong.
Wow,
they secure another orb.
It?
Another orb.
How does this happen? How does Spacestation Gaming let this happen? They need to focus. They have the meter control. All they need to do is do the exact amount of damage.
Right.
I think it's the nerves coming to them.
Yep. The Teo ultimate not going to get too much value either. Rare Peep immediately aggressive on the Teo when he knew that ultimate was down. Bloom, he has the other side, but this is still not looking like a great situation. The Ancestral Spirit is dropped, but the Searing Flight from Ninjas actually secures the orb. Oh, it actually goes to Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, the finally we're able to get a middle orb, but look how low Jeter is here. And Jeter is actually looking to go down. Beautiful other side. Save him there, but meanwhile, Rare Peep didn't quite make it.
Oh, the Entangling Roots canceling out that Infernal Scourge, but the other side is back as well. Yeah, the Barb Tusk was there to keep him alive. Now Jeter going to be the next to fall likely. He has to use everything. The other side, the orb, it's taken by Spacestation Gaming once again. And even though YoungSung were able to steal those first 2 orbs, they do not win the rounds.
Yeah, there was not much they could do. The pressure from Averse and Procer combined, they needed to back off, and Taya is able to put up so much damage.
Yeah.
That was a very beautiful collapse. And they forced Jeter either side there, and they just killed Rare Peep. Rare Peep had nothing left. And that's very textbook. Very nice.
Yeah, very, very good. We'll see if Spacestation Gaming is able to keep this up. Of course, this best of 5 tied at 1-1 at the moment. Dragon Guard Day, a map very good for Taya. She has tons of room to run around. We'll see if Averse can continue to capitalize on it.
Yeah, we will see if he's going to push out them again. Is he going to walk in? He's going to poke his nose a bit too close. And here we can see the wind bomb into Boomerang. This is nice, and Taya is able to apply haste again to herself. It's very good. But look, pros are being aggressive here.
Yeah, the other side, though, bails him out. Bloom, a great play there. The X-Strike, so many abilities going on to Jeter here, taking so much damage, forcing out the other side on himself, too. This is an opening on the Proster, and they take it. The Tornado's a second lane, and Proster ends up taking so much damage. The other side was used to, and Barb Tusk. There's a huge moment of weakness here for Proster's Thorn, and they know it.
Spacestation Gaming has nothing left here. They're completely out of position. They have no defensive cooldowns left. And here comes Ninja's ultimate haste. He's actually not landing it.
Yeah, the other side was on the ulted Taya, so she was able to not take any damage, but not so lucky as Proster. He has to turn it over the wall, but a great pull ensures that Rare Peep cannot get out. He's trying so hard to disengage Jolts, but just Spacestation Gaming will not let him.
Everyone is so low in this match again. They are dealing so much damage to each other, and the healers can barely keep up on healing these guys. Again, this is not a spot where you want to be in Dragon Guard and Day in the choke point. There's nothing you can do here. You need to go out. You need to either back off to your base or just force your way out. Beautiful combo there, forcing other side.
This is a bad look here. Jeter, he's dropping that ultimate, trying to heal up his team, but they're actually being zoned out of that spot. They can't be in, and Bloom gonna drop his own ultimate. Everybody on YoungSung so low. The other side and Warshout both used at the same time. But YoungSung, they managed to make it towards mid.
And they're just not getting the middle ops. 4-0 going to Spacestation Gaming. And Ninja's trying very hard to get the middle ops, but X-Strike is just dealing so much damage to it. Unfortunate.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
No energy available for Ninjas. We won't see a big combo here, but we will see Rare Peep aggressing onto Averse. The XM1 coming out from Averse, trying to find something. A nice pull from Proster ensures another orb for Spacestation Gaming. Now 5-0 is the orb count.
Yeah, this is looking very bad for YoungSung. Maybe they're able to turn it around. Looks like Procer is quite low, but look at Jeter. He's actually about to die the Thorns.
Yeah, Jeter has taken so much damage. He has to play so safe. He doesn't have that ultimate available for the additional iframe. Spacestation Gaming, 6 orbs.
6-0. At this point, you just want to die and go for the next game.
Yeah.
They have such a great advantage, and they... I don't know if they're able to turn this around. Ninjas has ultimate if he's able to do something with it, but meanwhile, Averse just dealing so much damage. Jeter is not able to heal these guys. Here comes the ultimate.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not gonna connect. They're so good at using iframe.
Other side and Tornado both available. In a similar vein to last game, this is such a hard match for Ninjas to find high impact ultis in. Yeah, of course, Tornado available, other side available, Barb Tusk. Ninjas having a high impact ultimate is pretty much like impossible in this game.
Yeah, and unfortunately with Ashka, the Ashka's EX abilities are not too great.
Yeah.
So there's no way to spam EX abilities with Ashka, so the only solution is to use Fireball and Ultimate.
Right.
So he should just throw it out there and farm a new Ultimate. Just keep doing that all over again. That's the solution how to play Ashka in this match if you want to Ultimate.
Yeah, of course you can't really use that EX space. It uses 50 energy. It's just too rough, and the Petrify, a very niche ability.
That's definitely.
Yeah, hard to use those abilities like that. The Ghost Wolf gonna link up all of YoungSung this round. Not an ideal start, as they've already taken quite a bit of damage, but man, look at Averse. He's already got chunked so hard.
Oh yeah, the blue shield guy right here, the big blue shield guy is just pushing forward. And look at this, Rare Peep going in. He's on the Averse, he's forcing a lot of stuff from Averse right now. It's just forcing the backline to back off. But meanwhile, Ninjas is just getting pounded.
Yeah, so is Jeter. Just so many abilities being thrown from Averse to Jeter, and he's taking so much damage for it. The EX swap going to be used on Rare Peep to heal him up a little bit, but Spacestation Gaming get the second orb. With it, they have a bit of an HP advantage.
Yeah, this is, but meanwhile, Procer has ultimate, and so does Ninjas. This comes down to ultimates right now. They're just forcing stuff. Look at this, left and right.
Oh, beautiful other side from Jeter. He definitely would have taken a ton of damage from that.
No tornado, no other side. Now it's time for Ninjas to do an ultimate, and he sees it, and he's able to land it on Bloom. But is it enough? I don't think it was useful damage. But meanwhile, look at this Rare Peep going full on Averse.
Yeah, Averse taking a lot of damage here, getting incredibly low. The other side helps him get out. He's doing okay here thus far. The Ancestral Spirit dropped as well.
Tornado use. They have no iframes left. This is looking very good for YoungSung. Oh wow, that X-Strike. He was able to predict where Ninja's gonna space.
Yeah, beautiful X-Strike.
Wow, the combo. But he knew it this time. He chose the right target to ultimate. Very nicely played from Ninjas.
A nice other side gets Ninjas out of there. They need to find this kill on Averse, but Ninjas, Rare Peep, and Jeter have no energy to work with. There's another side on deck from Bloom to help Averse get out of a bad situation. This orb gonna be very important, and it does go to YoungSung. The M2 from Ninjas nabs it.
Yeah, that was very nice. Now, this round looks a bit different than the last one. Here we can see. Wow, that's fear.
Jeter's really good.
He's very good. He does that noob stuff, what you don't expect a Paloma to do, like instantly fear, and he does it, and it's very annoying to get feared by that. You expect the player to do something better.
It's like, damn, I should never fall for that.
Yeah, exactly. But meanwhile, look, Ninja's going down. Ours doing such a good job at zoning them out.
Jeter healing up his allies here. Another orb has gone to YoungSung, but still the HP is in favor of SSG. YoungSung gonna have to pull off something pretty impeccable here to bring this round back. Jeter, he's in such a bad situation. Gonna end up getting destroyed by the Dead Roots. The Infernal Scorch is not gonna find any value, and Spacestation Gaming win round 3.
That was very solid. We saw Averse here do a great job throwing boomerangs and dealing a lot of damage to Ninjas, so forcing Ninjas to move back, and meanwhile even leaving Rare Peep in the front lines alone. And meanwhile, Jeter was also taking a lot of damage from the boomerangs. It was very well played from Averse. He was basically doing 1 versus 2 in the backline.
Yeah, doing a great job back there. And Averse, important to note that he took so much damage early on. He was working with a very low HP pool for a very long time, but still managed to have a very high impact. Very strong play from him.
Yeah, that requires nerves to just play and be aggressive even if you don't have health. It's very risky, and it was worth it. And look at these X-Strikes. I'm amazed by the accuracy of them.
Yeah, I mean, before this game, I talked about how Paloma might have a favorable matchup into Taya, but Averse is making it look like it's the complete opposite, as Averse is just hitting X-Strikes across the map reliably onto Jeter. Not the ideal outcome here. Ancestral Spirit, it's dropped to heal up Proster. It's going to do just that. Look out for this Dead Roots. Here it goes. The R, the War Shout, is available for the Bako, but still a lot of abilities forced out by that Dead Roots.
I can see Ninjas dealing a lot of damage here. Right now, Ninjas is not being focused, so that means that he's able to do whatever he wants with lots of damage coming out. And no tornado right now. Maybe they can collapse right now. Maybe YoungSung is able to get a kill here, do a lot of needed damage, what they do need to turn this around. Oh, EX, look at these. Proster showing off with the EX ability of Thorn. It's a very good one. We rarely see it though.
Yeah, 48 damage in total from those Thorns. Jeter, or not Jeter, but rather Rare Peep is taking quite a bit of damage. The War Shout once again used, the E used as well. A lot of spells down for Rare Peep, and he might get punished for it. The Bulwark, the last line of defense there from Proster is down, and Proster is going to capitalize on that. The Infernal Scorch gets no value because of a beautiful other side. Bloom with a nice heads-up play.
Oh yeah, I actually did saw that. Ninjas was using, oh wow, meanwhile, Bako goes down. He tried to ultimate.
He tried to get that ulti off, but Bloom not having any of it. And Spacestation Gaming poised to take yet another round. Jeter, he has the other side available, but that means Rare Peep, or Ninjas isn't going to get it. Now Spacestation Gaming are up 4-0. What's going wrong, Jolts?
The Spacestation Gaming is just playing that good of a Battlerite. They are playing like very good, solid textbook Battlerite.
Yes.
Playing perfectly, collapsing on the mistakes, what YoungSung is doing. Maybe a bad iframe, they see it immediately and collapse on it. Maybe it comes down to just YoungSung needs to play better. Of course, in the end, that's always the case. But by this I mean cooldown management maybe has to be up it a bit and not just throw the cooldowns and hope that you will survive the damage coming out.
4-0 is the round score. Game points. Spacestation Gaming poised to take 2-1 in this series. A sick X-Strike off an Entangling Roots. Standard combo.
Such a disgusting ability.
Such a disgusting, filthy combo.
And he's hitting them all the time.
Yep.
And the cooldown is like 4 seconds or something. Is it that short?
X-Strike?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that short. I think it's like 6.
But anyways, it's doing a lot of work with it. And can definitely deal a lot. But meanwhile, Averse has taken a lot of damage. and has to play a bit back. Maybe that's not needed. He's playing very aggressively, but he knows that Procer is gonna be on the front line. Oh wow, tornado!
I love that tornado play. Averse and Bloom playing so well together as always. The tornado from Averse saving Bloom from that second hit of the Bako ultimate. Taya ultimate gonna pop off, but not get too much value as a result of a firewall answer. And YoungSung, they actually have double the HP to work with this Spacestation Gaming have.
Yeah, it's looking very good, and actually Ninjas was able to connect the ultimate on Bloom here, and Bloom is quite low HP. But look at the in-cap. They're forcing so many cooldowns from Spacestation Gaming, but they just can't capitalize after that.
Deadroots, it's there, it comes out, gets a decent amount of damage, but even more is returned onto Froster. The other side was used on him as well. But Spacestation Gaming get the orb, and they've actually equalized these HP pools for the most part.
Yeah, this is... Oh, wow. Meanwhile, Aver's doing big job here. Yeah, Taya ultimate is value, but look at Rare Peep going backline alone.
This is so scary. He has to space out the ultimate, but the EX2!
Yeah.
The XM2 gonna kill the Bako on the charge in. You mentioned how Procer was showing off that ability, and we don't get to see it often, but he's using it at the perfect times.
That worked out so well for him. Imagine if that hit. It would have been a game over for Thorn, yeah. But Procer, nerves of steel.
Yeah, Procer don't care about that. Spacestation Gaming gonna go up 2-1 in this best of 5. Procer looking a little happy about that one. Look at that smirk on his face. He's like, I'm sick.
Procer, you can smile.
Yeah, you can be happy about that.
That's deserved.
Yeah, Rare Peep, on the other hand, not looking too happy about that loss. Jeter looking a little bit stressed, perhaps.
Yeah, he's thinking hard. He's thinking hard. They might actually go back to Pestils.
You think?
Yeah, I think that's what's running in his mind. He's thinking, okay, Pestils worked well, or maybe older, but let's not play Poloma again.
I'm wondering what the next map is. I think the next map will be telling of how this draft goes. Of course, the Taya being a result of that Dragon Garden Day pick. Maybe if we're on a tighter map, maybe an Orman has snuck into the pool. Maybe then we'll see the Pestilus return and the Taya exit.
Yeah, the Orman might be a very good map for YoungSung and their playstyle. If they go back to Pestilus and play Orman Knight, it's a very great map for Pestilus because their whole fear is the size of a choke point.
Right.
So they're just going to get spooked.
Yeah, they'll just get scared. Mount Aras Day is our 4th map, so we aren't going to go something like an Orman. I'm sure Bloom and the rest of Spacestation Gaming opted to ban out all of those maps. Yeah. They probably don't want to play on those.
Yeah, probably not. The Orman maps definitely favor a lot of the aggressive team comps and those teams who have Pearl or Older or Pestilus. So, of course, they don't want to play Orman.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And these guys just in general don't really like playing on the tight maps. The Skyring Daya map they've been known for losing on. The Orman Knights, another map where they're known for losing on. And I think that just speaks more to YoungSung than Spacestation Gaming because in the history of these two teams playing against each other, YoungSung have just really been able to capitalize off those tight maps more so than Spacestation Gaming, mostly because of the hero pools. Yeah. Like Ninjas, he plays the Sirius. They have the Ashka available. They have the Jumong. On the other side, Bloom doesn't play Sirius. Yeah. He doesn't have ways to capitalize on those small maps like YoungSung do. So they just try to get away from those.
Yeah, they're gonna stay in their comfort zone. They don't want to step too far from it. And they will play the game what they know how to play. Don't go into small maps.
Yeah, just don't go. You know what we will go into though? The draft. Bako being the first pick for YoungSung, and on the other side, the Thorn gonna be running from Proster. Proster's Thorn was looking pretty good. Of course, his ultimates seem to be having a tough time finding value, but in general, his play in neutral has been impeccable.
Yeah, and as we saw, he didn't use the ultimate that much in the previous rounds. He was throwing a lot of EX.
Which I liked.
Yeah, and it definitely has a lot of value. You apply Thorns also, the debuff, and it works out very well.
We have a replay coming in from the last game. Of course, the last game being a 5-0 sweep for Spacestation Gaming. The sudden death encroaching in. Things looking pretty good for Spacestation Gaming as they get a nice Ancestral Spirit. They get a sick combo, finding the kill on their enemies, and with it, taking the round.
That was a very nice play. I mean, it was just Ninjas trying to hit ultimates, but unfortunately not.
Look at Averse there.
Yeah.
Averse running around in the sudden death, just throwing boomerangs in. Beautiful play from him, understanding that it's okay to be in sudden death sometimes.
Yeah, it is. You can sometimes definitely tank sudden death, and sometimes that's the most favorable thing to do if you need to dodge AoE. You'd rather tank the sudden death damage and instead of taking Ashka Volcano, for example.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to get hit by an Infernal Scorch or do you want to take 15 from sudden death?
Yeah, exactly. and get stunned.
Yeah, the stun, so high impact, but Averse playing it really well there. We've gotten further into the draft here. We have Pestilus, he's made his return. And of course, Spacestation Gaming's second pick, gonna be the Paloma once again. I can't say I'm too surprised, as Bloom's looked very good in this match.
Yeah, he's feeling comfortable with Paloma right now. There's no reason to swap. They are doing a very good job with Paloma. So why swap?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what Ninjas is swapped to though? Destiny.
Oh.
We got a Destiny pick for Ninjas the boy. And Taya going to be ran back from Averse. I can't say I'm surprised at all about that. Mount Araz Day is our map, which isn't terrible for Taya. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. But what even worse for YoungSung is the Pestilus pick into the Taya. Like you mentioned, that Queen, that's just food for Taya. And Taya, a character where energy is so important. If she gets that free energy, she'll just steamroll.
Oh, yeah. But here we have Destiny holding Averse in line.
Yeah.
Don't come forward. We have a wall for you.
Yeah.
Don't touch us. And they have Rare Peep bulwark up all the time and pressuring Taya. I think Averse will kind of struggle in this match.
You think so?
I think so.
Interesting.
It's going to be hard, even though Taya counters pistols very hard. But the other two heroes what YoungSung has, they destroy Taya.
I wonder if we'll see Rare Peep using his EXE often. Of course, the stun being tied to that EXE. I'm not sure he'll get full value out of it all the time on the Taya, but what I think it could do is open up things for Rare Peep a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Rare Peep could get more opportunities to find an in cap if the other side is burned because of an EXE from Destiny. I think that could be some very interesting play because let's not pretend that Destiny Ultimate is like a must-use ability anymore. Pinball used to be incredible, but now it's much more of a fringe ability. You'll see it used on things like Orman because you can reliably get like 6 bounces, but on Mount Araz Day, it's incredibly unlikely that you'll get a lot of value.
You will bounce to the other side of the map. You will be like, okay, I will mount up, wait for me, team.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not where you want to be, so usually the players will just get the ultimate on the straight line and without the bounce. That's like the safest option what you can do with Destiny nowadays.
Yeah, and it's not like it does a lot of damage either.
Yeah.
Even if you get the bounces, the first hit of course does 40, which is very notable, but then it's quickly reduced by both bouncing off the wall and hitting other enemies. Yeah. It's just like, after like 2 bounces, it feels like the damage you do is just negligible.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes though. Game 4 coming up right now. Yoltzi, call me a winner.
I want to say YoungSung.
All right, YoungSung, we'll see how it goes. Proster, a beautiful engagement to start this one off, getting a nice amount of damage onto Ninjas, and the pressure even more important. Ninjas and co caught way back towards their spawn.
That definitely was a very strong start for Spacestation Gaming, but look at Ninjas, the AX ability coming out from Destiny.
Wow.
Forcing space out there.
Yeah, the orb actually stolen by YoungSung.
Yeah, again, they just keep doing it even though they're not in the middle. They are very good at doing that. Just Bucko throwing an axe, but did you see what Cheater just did? He moved himself away from Bloom's Ancestral Spirit with the Queen.
Yeah, very nicely played. Something added into the game very recently, the Queen having a pretty high effect on the movement of a character. The orb, wow, that was sick! Bloom knocks it back with his space, ensuring that Ninjas can't get it and steals it for his team.
That was very smart, and that can definitely affect the game a lot. And look at this Cheater being low HP, and they are not in the middle. They have no control. They just need to wait for the next orb and hopefully get it and turn it around.
Nice Scarab being applied to Bloom there, but the orb being taken by Red Team, going to heal up most of that damage done to Bloom. The HP advantage is notable at 30%. This is going to be very hard for YoungSung to re-enter mid.
Yeah, they are just trying to find out their right tactic now and who to punish and when to punish. And I think when they figure that out, they will be able to gain the mid control.
Orb spawning once again, Spacestation Gaming points to take it. We see the EXE there and the ultimate from Rare Peep being used. They've equalized out here a little bit. The Dead Roots coming out, and Proster losing quite a lot of HP. Well,
yeah.
Look how fast he is.
Yeah, he's very fast. Hi. Nani?
Nani?
Now he can really initiate. He's going to just force cooldowns by pulling stuff and not spacing in, really. That's the smartest play what he can do. But Ninjas was able to get the middle up, and meanwhile, Cheater ultimate is able to keep Rare Peep alive. Rare Peep space back.
Ultimate from Taya, getting quite a lot of damage here on the Jeter, and we're seeing why you don't pick Pestilus into Taya. Averse having such a good time back here. Debako taking a lot of damage too. They're now rotating onto Destiny.
Wow.
She's all but dead, but maybe Averse has overplayed his hand as he's caught back here. He might go down.
Oh, Jeter, are you gonna do it again? Are you gonna show us what you got?
Let's see it, Jeter. Get that M2. Oh, the Barb Tusk is there.
That would look very close in the end. They were able to figure out how to actually turn it around again by playing very defensively, not being in the middle, and getting a couple of the orbs. It definitely helped them. And I think at this rate, YoungSung might be able to turn it around and figure out really a way how to deal with Averse. And mostly what we saw there was Averse, Procer taking extremely a lot of damage, and he wasn't able to go in.
We saw the opener from Proster, though. Incredibly strong as he was able to force YoungSung all the way back. We'll see if he's able to have that much success here. He burrows in, finds some damage on the Rare Peep. The Bulwark not going to get hit by anyone either, but immediately after, Taya takes quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, and again, we are in the same spot as the first round. Spacestation Gaming, just holding the middle. Their mid control is amazing. And I think YoungSung has a team composition where they are able to take the mid control, but they are showing so much respect to Spacestation Gaming.
The fear landing onto the Taya. She hasted it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you later, Taya. Bloom taking quite a bit of damage here from the M2 of Ninjas. Really nicely played, but now Averse, he's re-entered. The other side was forced out by that EXD, like I mentioned, which is going to free up Ninjas to pump out some damage. But Spacestation Gaming, they still get the orb jolts.
Yeah, and this is... Spacestation Gaming is playing so well here. This is push them out. YoungSung is not able to do anything. Here we can just see ultimate, and that combo. Wind Bomb into Thorn's Dead Root. That's a deadly combo, right?
Yeah, very good combo. Ultimate from Rare Peep was used, getting no value. The Destiny eating even more damage. The counter is procced at the end of the day, but the damage from it is negligible. Spacestation Gaming, they aren't going to get this orb, I think. Rare Peep.
Oh, wow.
Rare Peep does steal it.
He was waiting.
Yeah.
He was just waiting for them to hit it.
Very smart.
It was very smart play. But still, I wonder if it's going to be enough for the YoungSung here. Just the pressure from Spacestation. Well, that's what pushing Cheater alone into the middle and forcing Rare Peep to just come in and try to help him.
Yeah, this is tough. Rare Peep, he did try to commit to saving Jeter, but he's taken so much damage for it. This orb, once again, going to go to Rare Peep, but Jeter is still gone. Jeter having a rough one.
Yeah, he's not looking too good. And Spacestation Gaming, just phenomenal performance here. Playing so well together as a team. And these guys, they've been practicing a lot. Both teams been practicing a lot. But here we can see Spacestation Gaming coming out of top. And I truly hope that it wasn't me who jinxed the game when saying that YoungSung is going to win.
Are you doing your bad luck thing again?
Stop asking questions from me and maybe I don't jinx the games.
Yeah, I guess I'm setting you up to be bad luck.
Yeah.
Apologies, Jolts.
Let's not ask that question again. Because like, Cheater is a big guy. So I need to run away.
Dude. He is bulky. He is scary. You don't want to get hit by that guy.
Yeah.
If he knows you jinxed him, you are in trouble.
Yeah, let's not tell him. Let's not tell him. But I believe YoungSung, definitely my favorite. I respect Spacestation Gaming a lot. I want to see both teams win, but unfortunately, it's not possible. It can be possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible.
Maybe in the next couple matches, each of these teams can find a win, but only one can win in this one. The Dead Roots coming out from Proster Jolts, but it's not going to get too much value.
And here goes Bloom Ultimate Tornado. They have so many iframes, it's disgusting. This team composition what Spacestation Gaming is running it's probably the safest team comp to have, and actually it's being run by Gaemon also from Europe. Oh, wow.
A lot of damage onto Averse here. He's taken quite a chunk. Bit of a scary situation. Taya ultimate, it comes out. Bako gonna have to space back here. A beautiful EXE from Ninjas is gonna stun the Taya in her ultimate. And Taya, she actually has no energy and very little HP.
Yeah, and panning to the other side of the map, forcing Averse away from the fight for quite a bit of time. This is looking so good for Spacestation Gaming. Look at Averse, he's completely out of the... He's away. And what is the space from Proster?
That EX space from Proster goes to the exact same spot. Not quite saving Averse there. Averse throwing out an X-Strike, trying to farm out that energy. He now has enough for the Tornado, a very important benchmark for her. But before she uses it, he's gonna die.
Has YoungSung found a way to win?
Did they do it? Is this where the sweep happens? They come back and they 5-0 after losing the first two? I can't ask you that question. Don't answer. Don't answer, Joel.
It's too early to say.
That's better. That's better. See, now you're learning. Now you're learning how to cast. Just dodge every question.
Talk about the colors.
Yeah, talk about the colors, exactly.
Yeah.
What went different that round? What made it so YoungSung could take it?
Well, what I saw is that Avers kind of was in the bad position. He was in the middle of YoungSung and was forced to use Tornado out of there. And not having Tornado for teammates is very bad. Just the damage. But look at Jeter taking lots of damage too.
Yeah, Jeter. No energy. He eats that entangling roots as well. Rare Peep up top trying to trade favorably with Taya, but not having too much luck.
I'm seeing like Destiny being here in the middle of everything, and Destiny not having an iframe. It can definitely hurt her if caught in the bad spot. And as long as you don't hit the counter, did you see that wind bomb canceling the counter there from Ninjas?
Yeah, a nice read on a verse there, canceling out the counter from Ninjas, and he has to play very safely now. The Dead Roots is available, but it's not going to get too much. It does pull Ninjas in, and he eats an X-Strike at the end too. He's sitting on that full bar of energy. The pinball must be imminent. It's going to have to be a big one, though, if he's going to land it.
Yeah, that was a... Oh, wow. Would you look at that double link kept coming out from Rare Peep. On a point. Oh, wow. Almost Avers was able to get the ultimate damage there. 30 damage from the... Oh, wow. This is wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
Averse going in, playing pretty aggressively here. The Paloma ultimate being dropped from Bloom. Rare Peep, he has to space back. He's still managing to stay with his team, but Spacestation Gaming poised to take another orb.
Oh yeah, Process just ultimated out. Rare Peep being completely alone. He has no left. He's alone. Not anymore. He's regrouped.
So low here, Jolts. He has 2 bars of energy, so he has enough for that washout, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough here. Trapped in this corner, YoungSung, they're just going to start losing orb after orb.
Oh yeah, did you see what Avers just did? He just used the knockback there, but anyways, the position where YoungSung is right now, not very favorable, and Prosh is just going in. He has so much health, he can do whatever he wants, forcing YoungSung to go back. This is like a dance from YoungSung. Yeah, they're sticking together.
Yeah, they're doing a great job sticking together, but I'm not sure how effective it's going to be at the end of the day, as Rare Peep is still getting so low. That X-Strike is reflected by the Bulwark, with the Ghost Wolf dealing so much damage to the whole of YoungSung. They get an orb though, Jolts. This is really important. Rare Peep, he can take the greens if he chooses to, but Jeter actually takes them. Rare Peep, I feel like, might have needed that recoverable HP.
Yeah, this is actually looking very beautiful from YoungSung. They're rotating around the map beautifully and taking middle orb at the same time while doing that. And here we are, Death Vortex with Pestilus.
Other side, spent to get Proster out of that scary situation. The ultimate onto the Thorn up top. The Entangling Roots is going to answer though, and the Burrow, Proster continuing to play aggressively. They get the kill on Bako.
That's the Taya special. Wind Bomb X-Strike.
Yeah, every time. Easy every time. Big burst of damage coming out from that, and the CC from the Wind Bomb. And Spacestation Gaming up 3-1 now. Averse, look at how happy he is. He's smiling, laughing. He's like, this is a good time. I like this.
I'm enjoying me. The game is fun when I win.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we all feel, right? Everyone likes to win.
It's very nice to see the boys having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-1, the round score. This is potentially match point, or we're getting close to match point here. As if Spacestation Gaming win 2 more, they're going to take this match and move on to the upper bracket finals against Impact. This could be very interesting to see.
It's going to be a game of titans. NA versus EU, but anyways, the winner of this, have fun facing Impact.
Yeah, right.
Have fun. Oh, wow. Avers is such a good zoner. Like, he's positioning, he's using the walls constantly to dodge damage. And that's very crucial with Taya, since Taya doesn't really have it. Oh, wow.
That X-Strike dealing so much damage and farming up so much energy. Averse already on that full bar, having the ultimate available. He's now trapped in the EXE of Destiny, but he's able to not take the stun from it. This is looking pretty good here for YoungSung as they have mid control. We'll see if they get this orb.
I really do like how Bloom is using his ultimate. He notices he has 100 energy, he just throws it out because he knows that he will have it soon enough again.
Yeah.
And he's not fishing out for the perfect moment like you never should. It's usually time waste.
Yeah, it's too important to continue to farm up that energy and try to get a full bar of energy off. That ultimate, very high impact ability. And like you mentioned, Bloom already very close to having another one.
Yeah, there we go. He has ultimate right again and using it on Procer, immediately having it, not wasting any time on holding the ultimate. Maximum value out of it.
Yeah, speaking of ultis, Averse popping his off the mind control. The EX Space bringing the Taya in. Proster trying to play so aggressively with his team. It might work out too, Jolt, as look at Jeter's HP quickly dwindling down to already 17. Jeter getting so dangerously low.
Yeah, that would look very bad. That was something what the Thorn would do in solo queue right there. And that would make you someone very angry. But here we saw others just using that advantage and getting the kill. Wow.
Yeah, Verse not being too upset about that one as it brings him in to deal a lot of damage to Jeter. They end up getting the kill as well. Now 4-1 is the round score. Looking so incredibly good for Spacestation Gaming as they haven't lost many rounds in these past couple games. They kind of seem like they have YoungSung figured out.
Yeah, they know what to do. They are doing a very good job and collapsing and then forcing cooldowns and spacing Taya in these plays.
We have one last round potentially, Jolts.
Potentially, yeah.
We'll see if YoungSung is able to bring it back. Of course, they need to win 4 more in a row. I've seen stranger things, but this is definitely on the more unlikely end.
Yeah, this is looking very grim for YoungSung and them knowing that this might be the last round. The pressure is very high and Spacestation Gaming is having a very relaxed mind right now. They are in the perfect state where a player needs to be in a tournament. Just having fun, enjoying their time, no stress involved.
Oh, Rare Peep, he's taking quite a bit of damage, Jolts. He's already getting incredibly low at Dead Roots already. And a KO ultimate. So much energy being used here and getting a lot of value. Even Bloom popping off his. Wow.
This is a very good play. The ultimate's coming out left and right. Look at the value. Jeter being completely alone here. Has to use space to get out. And just, he's going to die. He's going down.
Wow, yeah, that round, a complete steamroll from Spacestation Gaming. Of Rare Peep trying to find the kill on Averse. It looks like he might be able to, but the other side bails out the Taya. It's immediately canceled, and Averse going to secure that kill. Will Averse die? The counter's procced.
That was the first ultimate from Ninjas from this game, by the way.
Yeah,
and in the last round.
I think that's kind of very emblematic of how the game was going.
Yeah.
He was having an incredibly rough round. He tried to get value out of that EXE reliably, but at the end of the day, he just couldn't get too much. Proster and the boys looking happy. Meanwhile, Rare Peep a little bit dejected.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for YoungSung. The boys played well. They had some very nice games, but unfortunately, always it's not enough. You just in the last game. They didn't find a way, they didn't find a solution how to turn it around. Yeah. Spacestation Gaming was just too strong.
Yeah, Spacestation Gaming, too good a team for YoungSung to take on at this time. Of course, YoungSung not out of the tournament just yet. They'll be playing off against Red Cannons in the lower bracket. That's a match I'm really excited to see. Yeah. Up top, we're going to see Impact versus Spacestation Gaming as well. We have a lot of incredible games coming up.
Yeah, definitely. The next game's gonna be mind-blowing. It's going to be very tiring for the players also from a great series like this to go into the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a winner's interview coming up here shortly with the one and only Bloom Battlerite.
Hello.
How's it going, dude?
Pretty good, pretty good. That was an insane game.
Yeah, that was incredible. I got to lead off with a good question, a spicy one at that. Before the game, I was talking with you and Gaddafi, and of course I prompted Gaddafi to tell me which team would win, YoungSung or Spacestation Gaming. You guys just kind of wrecked them.
Yeah.
What led to that?
I honestly don't know. I just, like, I felt like every time we drafted, it was like really even. Like their comp didn't do like amazing against ours, but our comp didn't do amazing against theirs. I felt like except for like the Taya to Pest matchup, that one's really rough. But I don't know. When I went into it, I thought we were just gonna play Rook Iva older, but for some reason we just ended up playing Paloma Thorn. It's really OP.
Man, dude, how much adrenaline is running through your veins right now? I see your hands shaking.
I mean, it's like that was such a, like we needed to win that one.
Yeah, you did.
We really needed to win that one.
That was a huge game, but you still have a lot ahead of you. You're playing against Impact, the team known as the world's best by most people that play Battlerite.
Yeah.
How do you expect to beat these guys?
We just gotta draft well. We've never won against them, so we really have to get a hold of their play style. Because we've won against YoungSung so many times, because YoungSung beat Impact. And I honestly think it's because like Impact has never won against YoungSung. They don't know how to draft against them. They don't know what they play. They don't know how they play. But we win against them all the time. We know what to do. So we pretty much just have to adapt to how Impact plays, and then hopefully just outplay them in the draft and outplay them in the game.
Very cool. How do you expect the lower bracket to go? Of course, Red Cannons versus YoungSung down bottom. Do you expect your NA brethren to be able to take it out?
I think YoungSung has this one because I think Red Cannons, they're obviously extremely good. I'm like really impressed by them. But they play an extremely passive play style, and so does YoungSung. So I feel like YoungSung is the team to be Red Cannons. We had such a hard time because we're always so aggressive, and I feel like Red Cannons is really good at going against really aggressive teams.
Right, and now your aggression, that's something that Impact is also very good at handling. Of course, Impact, a much more defensive team when they need to be. Dizzler, Vig, and Goodoff all playing very patiently at times. How do you expect to be able to get in there and fight against that kind of defensive playstyle?
I have a lot of ideas. I don't really want to reveal them, obviously, but I think we'll be okay. Just with all of our champion pools, I think we'll be good. Like I said, we just got to draft well.
Yeah, well, once again, congratulations for making it to the winners finals. You are guaranteed top 3 at this tournament, which is a huge feat. Thank you very much, Bloom.
Thank you.
Of course, that was Bloom Battlerite. We had beating YoungSung, qualifying for the winner bracket finals. We will be right back with our match against Red Cannons versus YoungSung.